Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing a tag video today. It's a favorite coloring books tag that was created by KP Colors, and she didn't really tag anybody specific. She just said for people to do the video if they felt like doing it. And it's taking me a while to get around to doing it. Excuse me, it was like in the back of my mind I wanted to do it, but I knew it would kind of be an effort to pull out all my books and go through them and try to figure out what I wanted to use and stuff like that. But I went ahead and did it today. So I would say that these are kind of like favorites of the moment because my favorites come and go, you know what I mean? And I think you guys that color probably relate to that, where we kind of go back and forth on what we feel like and what kind of mood we're in and where we're at in our lives when we're coloring certain things. You know, like sometimes we like coloring intricate things that take us a while. Sometimes we like mandalas. Sometimes we like, you know, seasonal books. It just, or landscape books, or sometimes you want to color portraits. It just goes back and forth. So kind of this is just a general overall of how I feel at the moment with my favorites. So the first one was your favorite book with food. Now I don't color a lot of books with food. I know there's a glare from my window. I apologize for that. I don't color a lot of books with food, but recently I purchased these books from Creative Haven by Teresa Goodridge. Like all her books, I got them all from Creative Haven, and this one has a lot of scenes in it that I like with food in it. This one's the romantic country scenes. Like here, they're outside of like a cake shop, a bakery. It seems to me in the beginning there was one with cheese and wine and stuff like that. I should have tagged it, but there's like many pages throughout the book. I like this book because it's kind of like a date night book. And Keith and I, we enjoy our dates, although we haven't been able to have many lately. But here's one with like a picnic, and this page especially because picnicking is a big part of was a big part. It still is when we're able to in the summertime, but this summer we weren't able to, obviously for different reasons. But we love picnics, and so this just made me think of ours. We actually have a fancy picnic set we use occasionally, and then other times we just throw stuff into one of our 31 insulated totes, and then other times I actually use our picnic basket, depending on what kind of mood we are in and stuff like that. But yeah, this is a really pretty book, and it's just got a lot of, here they have an ice cream, and they're getting ready to have some wine outside. It's just a nice little, I don't know, it's a nice little book. I like this one a lot. Even though I haven't colored in it, it's so new to me, that's why. So that's Romantic Country Scenes from Teresa Goodridge. And then, now all of these I haven't colored in. Some of them I have, and some of them I haven't, but just because I haven't doesn't mean that I'm not going to, or that I don't still appreciate the book just as much. So this one is a favorite with fashion. Now I have a lot of fashion coloring books. Excuse me. Goodness. I have a lot of fashion coloring books from Creative Haven and Dover both, and this one is Fashions of the Roaring Twenties, and I haven't colored in this book for a specific reason. However, I have recently figured out how to do what I want to do in it, so I will be coloring in it soon. But this is just by Tom Tierney. Sorry about that, guys. I had to get a cough drop. So this one is by Tom Tierney, and it is just a book of fashions kind of for men and women from the 1920s. I love, I'm really into like dresses and vintage clothing and stuff like that, and so this is one I really, really like a lot. And one of the reasons why I never colored in it was because I wanted to be able to use like wet mediums and stuff, and with these, you know, they're not single-sided. However, I've been using my satin glazing liquid in another one of these types of books, and it's prevented bleed through. So that kind of is a game changer for these single-sided books, and I'm really excited about that. So for fashions, this one is the Fashions of the Roaring Twenties, because I just love the outfits in it. They're so pretty. So fun. Sorry about my throat, you guys. All right, the next one is a favorite with animals. And like, seriously, you guys, you know I don't color animals. This was hard. I don't color animals, but I do have a coloring book full of animals that I love. This coloring book, and it is the old-fashioned farm life coloring book, 19th century activities on the Firestone farm at Greenfield Village, by A.G. Smith and Peter H. Cousins. So I've mentioned this before. The Firestone farm is actually at Greenfield Village, and Greenfield Village is located next to, or very close by where we live. It's in Dearborn, Michigan, and we have a membership there, and we go frequently. Now, we didn't go this summer at all because of the COVID. It didn't open until later in the summer, and even then you had to go by appointments and blah, blah, blah. But I have many pictures, excuse me, on my Instagram of me, and on my Facebook at me at the Firestone farm. I just love it. I love going there. So this has a ton of animals. And this cracks me up because this is one of those. It says it's a dark Brahma breed rooster. They have so many chickens and roosters on the Firestone farm that I love them. And they got these really funky chickens. Like, they have ones that are really pretty, like super fluffy with bright colored heads and everything. And they're just all walking around loose. So, like, you can walk around with the chickens and stuff like that. It's really, really fun. But they have all kinds of animals. Let me see. Here's some sheep. And they have sheep there. Actually, one day, Keith and I were stopped and we were looking at the sheep, and Keith was wearing a pair of sandals, and the sheep come up to the fence and started licking Keith's toes. It was so funny. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. So yeah, really, really funny. Here is a lady milking the cow, and they really do that. It's a working farm. They really, really do that. Here's somebody shoeing the horses. But it's really interesting to go there and stuff like that. So there's the pigs, and they do shear the sheep every year. It's just a really neat place to go. So yeah, so I love this one. Old-fashioned farm life, 19th century activities on the Firestone farm at Greenfield Village. Plus, it's kind of neat that I've been there and someplace I'm so familiar with, you know. All right, the next one is favorite fantasy coloring book. I kind of went back and forth on this one. This one was really hard for me to figure out what I wanted to do. But I really like this book. So this is another Dover book, and it is the Floral Fairies coloring book by Carol Craig. And I've been working in it. That's why I have some stuff in it. But it's just different fairies. So, and I consider fairies a fantasy type creature, you know, a being, whatever you want to say. But the illustrations are really, really pretty. They're all done in Art Nouveau style, and I really, really like them a lot. And I've colored in it. I'm working on my third picture right now, so, and yeah, so let me see what I can show you. Well, of course, I turned every page except for the ones I have colored. And that's the way it would go, right? Here's one. And I used colored pencils on this because I was afraid of bleed through, you know. But I used satin glazing liquid on an illustration. And I used my Neocolor 2s on this side. And there's been no bleed through whatsoever on the following page. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So I'm really excited to find out. I've got my Neocolor 2 swatches in here since that's what I'm working on. But yeah, total game changer for this book. But I love this book, and it is the Floral Fairies coloring book by Carol Craig. And it's only like $4, you guys. It's such a good book. Alright, the next one is favorite whimsical. And this one I really struggled with too, because I'm like, well, I have so many. So then I thought about it, and I really, really like this book, Fairy Shampoo, an Enchanted coloring book, and the illustrator on that is, I have to look on the inside, but it's put out by Waves of Color Publishing. This book is different. It's very, very strange. Okay, so the illustrator is Jo Soo-jin, and it's just different. So that's all I can say to you. So I'll show you what the pages look like, but they're not traditional fairies in any way, shape, or form. They don't have any eyes. It's a double-sided book, and they just have all these like their hair has all these like leaves and flowers and mushrooms and different things growing in it. It's really a fish. It's really unusual. You know what I mean? It's just strange. So I've colored a few pages in this. There's one of them. I haven't reached for this book in a really long time, but it is a lot of fun. There's one I started. There's another whip there. This one I completed a while back. So, yeah, it's just unusual. This book is very unusual. So, I know there's another one in here that I did too, but yeah. So that is Fairy, Shampoo, and Enchanted coloring book. And I hardly ever see anybody working in that book or excuse me, hauling it or anything like that. So, okay. The next one is your favorite detailed book. And this one I knew without a doubt what I was going to choose. Moon Blossoms. Love this book. It's by Katrina Payan. It's not available on Amazon any longer. I'm not sure where you can get it, if you can get it. But I love this book. It is super, super detailed though. The pictures have a lot of little intricate, you know, spaces and lines and different things, but oh, like, look at this. I mean, that's crazy, but I love this book. And I've said it before, this is a book that I would love to complete eventually. I just really, really like it. And I'm super glad it's in my collection. So that is probably the most intricate book I have, and I absolutely love it. That is Katrina Payan, Moon Blossoms, an art book you can color. The next category was your favorite simple book. So I had two books that I couldn't choose between because I turned to both of them when I am looking for something. Actually, I thought of a third one too. My third choice, but I didn't pull it out, would have been Rose Windows from Creative Haven because I really like that one also. But the two that I reach for the most when I'm just looking for something quick and easy and simple with no thought whatsoever is the Macarons Sketchbook by Carla Magana. It's a smaller book, so the pages don't take you very long. I've done quite a few in here. They're just simple and quick. Excuse me. Easy to do. You just can use pencils or crayons or markers or whatever. It's single-sided. You just do whatever you want. Gel pens, you know, anything. I've used all kinds of mediums in these books, in this book, and it's just one of my favorite ones to do something simple and creative, and I don't, you know, it doesn't take a lot of time because the images are small. I don't know, I just really, really like this book. It's very therapeutic, I think, working in this book, and it's very stress-free and easy. And I keep a old hairband on it because it's blown up from all the water mediums that I've put on it throughout the time I've had it. The other one that I would use, what I would consider, and it's just as much, is Miss Fintastic from Deborah Muller. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Inspirational quotes to live by, and it's very simple and easy. The images don't have backgrounds really, unless you want to add one in there. They're super, super simple and quick, and you can color them in one sitting with markers, or you can get fancier. You know, it's whatever you feel like doing. Just very, very easy to color in and no stress. So that one is Miss Fintastic Coloring Book, Inspirational Quotes to Live by Deborah Muller. The next one was to choose your favorite series. This one was kind of hard for me. I didn't know what to pick, and so I just went with, pardon me again, I really apologize, you guys. I know I keep saying that, but I do apologize. The Beauty of Horror series by Alan Robert. The 4th installment is on its way to me. I should have it on Thursday. Today is Tuesday. But I have 4 of the books currently in the Beauty of Horror series, and I think there are 5 total. Well, no, now there's 6. I don't have the Tricks or Treats one, and that is one of the smaller ones. But I do have the Ghosts of Christmas one, which is a small one. I have not colored in it yet, though. Actually, I haven't even cracked it open, barely. So that one. And then also there is the first one, which started the whole thing, which is Beauty of Horror, a gorgeous coloring book. I do like this series of books, although I'm not crazy about all the little doodles in some of them, some of the illustrations, but I like the content and I like the subject matter. And I think it's really nice to have a series of coloring books for people that like horror. And I know that recently I've seen in a couple of groups different things happening where people are freaking out over horror images and they don't want them in the groups and things like that. And that's okay, but there are groups that don't like horror, that ban horror imagery, and that's fine for that group. But I personally am glad that I'm able to post my scary stuff when I decide I feel like I want to color in it. So yeah, I really like these. And like I said, the 4th one just came out and it's fabulous. Even though I haven't received it, I've watched several flip-throughs of it and very excited to get it. So this one is Beauty of Horror 1. And then the next one is obviously Beauty of Horror 2, Guliana's Creepatorium. So these are all basically about a little creepy ghouly girl who has different adventures with her creepy friends and everything. So that's Beauty of Horror 2. And then there was Beauty of Horror 3, another gorgeous coloring book, and this one was The Haunted Playgrounds, and I have not colored in this one either. And then the one that's on its way is Creature Feature. And that one I'm planning on doing an in-depth review of as soon as it comes. It should be here Thursday. With my thoughts on it as a horror fan. So yeah, that would be my favorite series, would be the Beauty of Horror series by Alan Robert. The next one is favorite dark or Halloween book. I wasn't really sure what to pick for this one, so I actually chose 2. The first one I picked was a Gothic Christmas. Now this is not a Halloween book. It's technically a Christmas book, but I love it because most of the Christmas books that we have, that we see, other than the one about the Krampus Christmas, are very like cute, and that's fine. I like those books too, but I like this one because it's a little bit different. It's kind of gothic. I've colored this image, but I just in the PDF form. It's kind of gothic. It's got those girls that I like with the gothic dresses and hair that kind of look like they've come from the Hammer horror movies. There's some skulls. There's some creepy castle scenes. You know, they all look like these Victorian ladies, and but it's more of a gothic feel to it than you know, like the regular Christmas books. And I really, really like this book for Christmas. I think it's fantastic. Totally different. Like here, the tree is decorated with skulls and bones and everything. You got your skull snowman. It's just really different, and I like that one a lot. So I would say this one's kind of dark because it's, you know, not your regular Christmas book. And then the other one I chose was just Halloween by Deborah Muller. She has a lot of Halloween coloring books out, and I like them all, but I couldn't obviously show them all So I went with this one because it was the first one I think that she did. It's cute. You know, it's got cute images. I love this one. This one was really fun. I really had a good time coloring that. Shows the little Bride of Frankenstein trick-or-treating. It's just a mix of cute little images for Halloween. You know, just cute and fun and nice, and I like it. So, so yeah, that one, Zombie Girl Falling Apart. So this one is just the one that's called Halloween by Deborah Muller. And then the last one was favorite book with a different culture. And again, I probably would have picked Moon Blossoms because I love that book so much. But since I already used it for one category, I went ahead and grabbed a book that's new to me. And this is one of the Chinese poetry books. I don't know if it's volume 1, 2, or 3, though, to be honest with you. And it's by Dada Mao. And this one is very new. I haven't colored in it yet. But this is a book of like Chinese illustrations, and they're super, super cute. They're all just really cute, and they're all like old-fashioned. Like, it's not modern, really. And I just think it's really cute. And I'm looking forward to coloring in it. I bought all 3 of them. This one is my favorite of the 3. All the illustrations are just really, really sweet and cute. And I'm looking forward to coloring in this a lot. So, yeah. But it's just adorable. I have a lot of Chinese coloring books, though, as you guys probably already know. So I wasn't sure which one to pick, but I like this one a lot. So that is my choices for the favorite books tag created by KP Colors. And she just said everybody that wanted to participate should do that. And she didn't tag anybody in particular, and so I'm not going to tag anybody in particular either. But I will link KP Colors channel in the description section below so that you can check her channel out if you have not already. She's a fabulous colorist, absolutely amazing. She does beautiful work. And she has some really interesting videos, and she's a hoot. She cracks me up. All right, you guys, I will list all the books that I chose in the description section below, as well as links to where you can purchase them. And if it is an Amazon link, just know that I'm an affiliate. So if you do purchase via the link, I will receive a small profit. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video.